die ni fidie pane kwa na beto fuma yemfa enkame mo nse bebre ekoso ebra nche humanji bre ni kutinsim kakra ekoso.
So because of the constitutional arrangement, and that's why I was looking for the constitutional article, when the president dies, the vice president takes over. So Kusaho is telling Jena Opoku-Agyeman that be prepared, because his way on social media on Sunday. Let's see it.
I was not prepared to be president at that time, but nature skewed things in such a way that President Mills had to give way to John Mahama. Anything can happen. So, anything can happen, and you can become the president of the Republic of Ghana. Yeah, So, I was not prepared to be president at that time, but nature skewed things in such a way that President Mills had to give way to John Mahama. Anything can happen. So, be ever prepared, like your motto says. Be ready. Anything can happen, and you can become the president of the Republic of Ghana. Yeah.
It says that, yeah, thank you, I like this one. Excellent. The constitutional provision is correct. It says that John Dramani Mahama, if he's president, any president in Ghana, if he's either the July 24th, 2012, when Professor Mills unfortunately passed. Now, John Dramani Mahama here is younger than Jena Opoku-Agyeman. That's perhaps the natural connection of the story. Kwesi Ahoy is suggesting that if John Mahama were to win 2012, he may not complete his final term. If he doesn't, then if John Mahama were to win in 2024, I should have said, sorry. If John Mahama were to win in 2024, let me just do a sidetrack and tell you. When I said 2012 right now, everybody in the studio is shouting it's 2024. So that's why I was wondering how Captain Smart can come and say sodium something and nobody's correcting him. This moment, just this moment right now, you heard me say if John Mahama wins in 2012, and then I said I mean 2024. In between, how I changed my mind is that everybody is shouting here. You can't hear them, but I can hear them. You're telling me, no, you made a mistake. It's not 2012, 24, but you made a mistake. That's even just a slip. Now, how can you make such a monumental error and then all the people in TV3, they are standing there, okay, producer, cut this one out. That's the part of the story. Let's get back to our story. All right, so John Mahama, if he wins in 2012, Kwesi Ahoy is suggesting that Jenana should be prepared in case John Mahama passes. That is natural. Anybody can pass. But we're going to go deeper into it. Why would Kwesi Ahoy make such a suggestion? Why would he do that? And then he's written an apology letter or some technical retraction of sorts. And we're going to deal with it. And you see that there's a real problem in there that we should deal with. This is not about NDC. This is not about MPP. This is looking at our politicians and the way they talk. And what is their motive and all that. How would Kwesi Ahoy even suggest? What does he know that people may not know? That makes him suggest that President Mahama here, much more than 5 years younger than Professor Jena Opoku-Agyeman, that he is going to die and Professor Jena Opoku-Agyeman will become president so that she should be prepared. 9 months to a campaign, a major campaign. 2024 elections is one of the biggest elections in the history of the country. That's a major campaign. You are fighting the incumbent vice president with the former president. It's a major campaign. Jenana has been renominated as the running mate. You're having a party for her, and this is what you say. You don't say how Eastern region is doing, the Central region is doing, the Jenana is going to tackle Central region. We believe that you're going to believe that, and you are saying you've won the election already. Has the election already been won? Every conversation now is about winning the election. If you're a serious politician, no, the election has not been won by anyone. It hasn't been won by MPP. It hasn't been won by NDC. So all the conversation right now is how do we deliver this election? It's a difficult election for both sides. Some people may feel they are ahead. Some people may feel they have won, but the verdict has not yet been announced by the Electoral Commission, and so nobody has won. Now, when nobody has won and we are fighting an election, Kwesi Ahoy, in his mind, the NDC has already won. So he's telling Jenana that, listen, when you become vice president, the man, he could die. Oh. So be prepared. Be prepared is one of the biggest political misspeech that I have ever seen in all my coverage of politics as a journalist. I've never seen somebody misspoken like that before. Whether it was a slip of tongue, which it couldn't have been, whether it is motive, even if that, how do you talk like this in public? that the president may pass, and so be prepared. You see how Mills died? What? Anyway, Jenana responded in a toast. She did. Let's look at the video. Now we're going to do some video analysis here. When you look at the video, we perhaps will play it in slow motion for you to see. Kwesi Ahoy is standing behind her, and Kwesi Ahoy makes a gesture when Jenana purports to refute the suggestion that President Mahama may not finish his term. Jenana purports to refute that suggestion. Kwesi Ahoy makes a gesture. Have a look.
And our prayer is that the tragedy we experienced a couple of years ago is not repeated, of course. Our prayer is that he will complete his 4-year term. And he will complete it with success, with taste, with class, with determination, with honesty, and with respect for the people of Ghana. And we know God who has.
So those who explain body language gestures, do I have a glass here? Okay. Kwesi Ahoy is holding his glass of champagne, and he says, okay. Yes. Okay, what does it mean? It could mean, glory be to God. It could mean, well, it's up to you. It could mean, I don't know. But that was Kwesi Ahoy's response to Jenana trying to correct what I think at that time Kwesi Ahoy had still not noticed that he had said something very wrong. Because certainly, Jenana's response to the toast did not contain, before the program started, Jenana knew that she was going to respond to a toast. Her preparation for her response to the toast did not contain those words that President Mahama will complete his term. Those words were brought in because of Kwesi Ahoy's faux pas. Kwesi Ahoy appeared not to have noticed that he's committed a faux pas. He didn't know. He was enjoying his champagne and gesturing. My goodness. Politician. 2024. Social media. Camera everywhere. A politician is unaware. He's aloof. Oblivious to his surroundings. He doesn't understand what is happening. You are predicting that somebody is going to die. And the person that you are doing it for has noticed that you've said something terrible. And she's trying to correct it because she's desperate to correct it. Even the look on her face was bizarre when Kwesi Ahoy was speaking. She's trying to correct it, and then you do, I don't care. Well, have a look at the video again. See it again.
Our prayer is that the tragedy we experienced a couple of years ago is not repeated, of course. Our prayer is that he will complete his 4-year term. And he will complete it with success, with taste, with class, with determination, with honesty, and with respect for the people of Ghana. And we know God who has. And our prayer is that the tragedy we experienced a couple of years ago is not repeated, of course. Our prayer is that he will complete his 4-year term. And he will complete it with success, with taste, with class, with determination, with honesty, and with respect for the people of Ghana.
Okay, so yeah, you can explain what it means. And mind you, viewers, when I finish the narration, I'll say it in Twi and Ga like I did last time. I'm doing it because some people liked it and they urged me to do it. So if you don't like it, I can stop. But if you like it, I'll continue. This program is about you. You should determine what you want to see and all that. It's not about us here. It's about you. Okay, so I'm going to do it again. But if you don't like it, let me know that you don't like it. This is Jenana trying to correct the story. Okay, now, sometime after the story broke with all the hula baloos, you can expect communication people to start working, get to work very, very quickly. So Sammy Gyamfi got to work. This is what they put out in favor of Kwesi Ahoy. Let's have a look at what it is. All right. Sammy Gyamfi put out on his Twitter page, says Kwesi Ahoy writes. This is what Uncle Kwesi says. He says, I have taken notice of the unfortunate controversy that has arisen as a result of a comment I made at a reception organized last Thursday by the Church Street group of the NDC faithfuls of Professor Jenana Opoku-Agyeman, running mate to our esteemed flag bearer John Dramani Mahama. That's where the problem starts. The event was organized by a group he calls Church Street Group. I don't know where they got that name from, but I have referred to them that way before. When the Jenana Opoku-Agyeman, if you go back to our Facebook page, 2020, the day that Jenana Opoku-Agyeman was appointed, viewers can check now. Go back to Good Evening Ghana official. We put up a post that Church Street is supporting Jenana Opoku-Agyeman. The Combinado 4 is this. Then we put up a post again that it appears to us from our sources that Church Street will win the day. Jenan Opoku-Agyeman will be nominated as John Mohammed's running mate. That was the first time in 2020. So that's where Church Street comes. What's Church Street? Church Street is a street in Laboni. Those who don't know, if you live in Accra, you know Laboni Secondary School. So you're approaching Laboni Secondary School from Laboni Junction. You come drive in front of, no, you don't actually get to Laboni Secondary School. Well, Laboni is such that you can go there from anywhere. But the shortest way to go if you're coming from Laboni Junction is to take the SDA 10 on the left, and then you take that 10, you go in front of a restaurant they used to call Hinlon, now they call it Regal, and then you turn right over there, and then you turn right again. That's the street called Church Street. Why is it significant? Church Street is very, very significant to NDC politics because that was where Ay3huhuuhu took office when Professor Mills was elected as president and began his presidency. Ay3huhuuhu took office from there, and it was commonly said that if you want something to be done under the Mills presidency, forget about the castle, forget about the vice president, go to Church Street. That's where you can get it done. That was the center of power. The centrifugal force that drove the Professor Mills presidency was located at a bungalow at Church Street, occupied by the Ahoy brothers. Because Kwesi Ahoy, Kwame Ahoy, Ay3huhuuhu. I've been there before to see Uncle Ato. Other people, the day I got there, I remember Harry Zakor was there. And, you know, Gapoha board chairman is there. Everybody for some people in those days. That is Church Street. So that's what he's saying here, that a Church Street group of the NDC faithfuls organized something for Professor Jenan Opoku-Agyeman. When I get to tell you the story, you will see why Church Street may have tensions with John Dramani Mahama. That's making the matter worse for Kwesi Ahoy. He didn't have to mention Church Street here because journalists like us are going to analyze it, open it up, and show to viewers what is Church Street. And that Church Street group appears to have tensions with John Mahama, arising out of things that happened at the Mills presidency, connected directly to Martin Amidu, connected directly to Airbus. Tonight, we'll feed you with everything. Everything is coming. All right. So it says it was organized by the Church Street faithfuls for Professor Jenan Opoku-Agyeman, running mate of our esteemed flag bearer, John Dramani Mahama. I sincerely regret the wrong impression that my comment has created. Indeed, it was not my intention, and never will it be my intention, to pray that H.E. John Mahama does not serve his full 4-year term when he wins the 2024 general elections. Okay, it goes on. I concede that I misspoke on the occasion. I accept the criticisms in good faith, even though some of the criticisms arise out of a deliberate misrepresentation of my statement. Now, that's the problem. Why is it that when politicians want to apologize, they don't have the humility to just say that, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm unconditionally sorry, I'm just sorry. What is all this? Even though some criticisms arise out of deliberate, what misrepresentation of this statement can you give? Please, Kwesi Ahoy should tell us. What misrepresentation? Play the Kwesi Ahoy video again, just the Kwesi Ahoy, not the montage, the full one. Hold it, get it ready. Let me ask viewers. Kwesi Ahoy says that there's been deliberate misrepresentation of this statement you made. You said, Nana, you remember Professor Mills. John Mahama was not prepared. So like your Wesley Girls motto says, be prepared. And be prepared because anything can happen and you will become president. If you isolate it and say that, or if you generalize it, I should say, if you generalize it and say that, Nana, the Constitution says that you take over from the president. So be prepared because anything can happen. That is also bad, but that is general. But here, you began with an analogy of Professor Mills. What happened to Professor Mills? He unfortunately died. And you are saying that John Mahama was not prepared. So you, Nana, be prepared. Your analogy is Professor Mills. So what are you saying? It's a simple mathematical equation. Professor Mills is to John Mahama as president. Jenan Opoku-Agyeman is to John Mahama as vice president. That's all you are saying. And then you come and tell us that there's been misrepresentation of what? Play the video.
To be president at that time. But nature.
Jenan Opoku-Agyeman, the leadership and the rank and file of the great NDC. Comrades and friends, let us put this unfortunate incident behind us and unite behind our flag bearer, the visionary nation builder, to rescue our beloved country in December 2024 elections. Signed, Kwesi Ahoy, co-signed, Sami Jemfi. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm going to go to the text messages. When I get back, My pen will be with me. I'll go to the touch screen and I'll tell you the story behind the story. Why will a John Mahama supporter be suspicious of Kwesi Ahoy's statement? Why will Martin Amidu be looking at all of this with different things going through his mind? Uncle Martin, if you are watching, good evening. I salute you. I still owe you a visit. I'll be coming. No problem. We'll talk about Kwesi Ajabin. We'll talk about him. I'll be coming. Yes, so that's the story I'm going to tell you. Martin Amidu, Professor Mills, Airbus, Kwesi Ahoy, Ns3m Haruna. These are